Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed right here on the Nasdaq stock market. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining me this Thursday afternoon, we have Brian Joyce, Managing Director on Nasdaq's Market Intelligence Desk, for an update on technical levels to watch in the Nasdaq-100. And Brian, here we are quietly moving up to all-time highs in the Nasdaq-100.
Yeah, we're very close there. It's been a good month. We're up 5 out of 6 days. The NDX is now outperforming this month versus its peers, the S&P 500, the small cap and the mid caps, which have been outperforming on a year-to-date basis, are essentially flat this month. So we're seeing that rotation back into growth. It's only the last week or so, but it's good to see. And as you noted, the NDX is within about 1 or 2% of making fresh new highs.
All right, Brian, let's pull up your screens over here and take a look at some technical indicators on the short and long term to see what they're suggesting, if there's any more steam left in this quiet rally that we've seen.
Absolutely. Here, just let me know if this is coming in correctly.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, great. So as you can see, it's been a good month. We're up about 5%. It started here on March 31st. We had the breakout from this downtrend right here. And more importantly, on the first of the month, we closed just above this 13,312 line that had been the resistance over the prior 4 weeks or so. And then we saw the upside follow through on Monday. We had the breakout up about 2%. So we're currently now sitting within 1% of all-time highs. As you can see, the prior high made back in February was 13,880. So that's the level that's going to be key to see if NDX can get back above it. I think it will.
Actually, Brian, excuse me, is there a way you can maximize that screen?
Absolutely.
And there we go. Thank you.
As we know, technology is a big weighting in the index. It's 49%. This is the S&P 500 Tech Index. And today, this is beginning to now break out above its prior highs. The communication sector is about 19-20% of the index, and today it's been making new highs. It's been making new highs all week. And then discretionary, which had the biggest pullback. So the NDX declined about 12% in the first quarter from its highs. This was down about 14%. And you can see the NDX now is also on the cusp there of on an intraday basis today. It did make a new fresh high. So I think the NDX is right there behind it. Again, this index is the absolute best performer over the last 12 months. And then just more recently, we saw the rotation of the last 2 quarters into value, into the small and mid caps. And NDX is now stepping back up and back to its prior all-time highs after about 6 weeks or so of corrective price action.
All right, Brian, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.